Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty fascinating, I think at least. The power of words.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically 2 words in the Quran that, you look at them and you're like, these are almost the same word, deek and deek.
Right.
But trust me, that 1 letter difference, it can change how you see this whole, the entire text.
Yeah.
So we're going to unpack all of this with Dr. Khalid Waleed's book, Remembrance and Ascertainment, which you sent over.
Yes.
What a title, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it already feels like we're uncovering some secret meanings.
A little bit, yeah. It's very evocative.
So tell us a little bit about Dr. Waleed's work.
Yeah, so Dr. Waleed's work, he's really about going beyond the surface level reading of the Quran. He's really arguing that by understanding these subtle but really deliberate distinctions between words like dhikr and bik, you can unlock these deeper layers of meaning within the text and beyond.
That's what I love about this, is like having a secret decoder ring for something you thought you already knew.
Yeah.
And Dr. Waleed, he doesn't mince words, right?
Yeah.
He talks about being straight up deceived by interpretations that miss these key differences.
Yeah.
So no pressure or anything, but can you just break down for us why is this distinction between dik and dhikr so crucial?
Yeah, if you think about it, right, dik is traditionally translated as remembrance. Dhikr, that I becomes an E means ascertainment. And these aren't just synonyms, these represent totally different ways of engaging with the Quran and, by extension, the world around us.
Okay, I'm hooked. Give me the details.
All right, so Dr. Waleed, he uses the example of Surah Al-Qamar, where both spellings appear, to really highlight this distinction. So he says, dhikr, remembrance, that's closely tied to the historical events that are recorded in the Quran. So think about, the stories of Noah, Abraham. These aren't just tales from the past. These are carefully preserved moments in time that reveal, this bigger picture.
So it's like the Quran is presenting this meticulously documented timeline of history almost.
Exactly. And he's arguing that this meticulous documentation is evidence of divine control and guidance. That's something that really resonated with me as I was reading it. It suggests that our existence, our history, it's not random, but it's part of a larger divinely ordained plan.
That's pretty incredible. So you're saying the Quran is like a blueprint almost for the universe, and Dick helps us decipher it.
That's a great way to put it. Dr. Waleed, he calls this preserved history temporal spatial remembrance. And through it, we can see how God's will plays out across time and space.
That's pretty mind-blowing, honestly. And it makes you wonder, right? If the Quran is this intricate, it's this deliberate in the way that it's put together, what else are we missing when we read it?
And that's where ascertainment comes in. It's about going beyond simply remembering the stories and the verses and really engaging with their deeper meanings.
So if Dhikr's about recognizing the map, Dhikr's about learning how to read it, to navigate its complexities and chart your own course.
Precisely. And just like any true exploration, Dhikr involves risks, right? The risk of misinterpretation, of bias, of getting lost along the way. But it also holds this potential for incredible rewards, like a deeper understanding of the Quran, ourselves, and our place in the universe.
Yeah, there's a real sense of adventure to that, right? You're not just passively absorbing information, you're an active participant in uncovering its meaning.
Exactly. And to illustrate this active process, Dr. Waleed points to this fascinating story in Surah Yusuf about a servant who pauses to both remember dikh and then ascertain dikh before speaking. And I think that's such a powerful illustration, right? Because it's not just about recalling information, it's about carefully analyzing it, interpreting it within the context of the situation.
Yeah. You have the servant in this really high-stakes situation, and he knows that he can't just blurt out the first thing that comes to mind. He has to really think critically and weigh his options carefully.
Exactly. He understands that his words have weight, that there are consequences to interpretation, and that's a crucial element of dikh. It's not just about what we understand, but also how we arrive at that understanding, and that takes effort.
There's a real difference there, right? It's
Yep.
like he's reminding us all that there's a difference between knowing something and truly grasping its significance.
Precisely. And that difference, that's dhikr. That's the key to unlocking the true transformative power of the Quran. And that's actually where Dr. Waleed makes this really fascinating point. He highlights this verse in the Quran that says the text is easy for dhikr, for remembrance. But when it comes to dhikr and ascertainment, it seems to suggest that there's more work involved.
It's so true. It's like the Quran is right there, open to everyone, but to really unlock its depths, you have to be willing to put in the effort.
Exactly. And Dr. Waleed argues that this effort is like twofold. First, it requires us to confront our own, preconceived notions and biases. Like, we often approach the text wanting it to confirm what we already believe, and that can really blind us to new interpretations, deeper meanings.
Yeah, it's like we're so busy trying to fit the Quran into our existing worldview that we miss the opportunity for it to actually expand our understanding.
Precisely. And the second part of this effort involves appreciating the nuances of the Arabic language. Dr. Waleed is very passionate about the fact that, a lot of the mistranslations, the misinterpretations stem from a lack of understanding of these subtle shades of meaning.
Yeah, which makes me wonder, right? Do we get so focused on the translation of a word that we miss the richer meaning behind it?
Absolutely. Think of it like this, dhikr, remembrance. That might be about recognizing the words on the map. But dhikr, ascertainment, requires us to understand the language of the map itself.
Right.
It challenges us to go beyond simple definitions and grapple with the context, the history, the multiple layers of meaning that are embedded in each word.
It suddenly makes those seemingly simple words feel so much deeper. Have you felt that challenge in your own reading of the Quran, where you're trying to move beyond just the words on the page to a deeper understanding?
Absolutely. And Dr. Waleed argues that this is where the true magic happens. He says that by actively engaging in dhikr, we not only deepen our understanding of the Quran, but also of ourselves and the world around us.
That's such a powerful idea. So it's not just about interpreting a religious text, it's about applying those principles of dhikr to every aspect of our lives.
Exactly, because if the Quran is this blueprint for the universe, as we discussed earlier, then drink is about recognizing the patterns, the connections, the ways in which those divine principles are reflected in our own lives.
So it's like dhikr becomes this lens through which we can view everything with more clarity, more understanding.
Precisely. And this brings us to another crucial aspect of dhikr, which is its inherent risks and rewards. Because while striving for a deeper understanding is essential, Dr. Waleed really emphasizes that there's always the risk of misinterpretation, of letting our own biases cloud our judgment.
Yeah, it's like that classic saying, right? A little knowledge can be a dangerous thing.
Exactly. And that's why Dr. Waleed stresses the importance of approaching dhikr with humility, with an open mind, and a willingness to consider different perspectives.
It's like that servant that we were talking about earlier. He knew the gravity of the situation, that his interpretation could have serious consequences. And that's a good reminder for all of us, isn't it? Our understanding of the Quran, of the world, is constantly evolving.
Absolutely. And that's what makes this journey of dhikr so rewarding. It's not about finding all the answers, but rather embracing the process of questioning, of seeking, and constantly deepening our understanding.
It's about acknowledging that knowledge isn't the destination, it's the journey.
Precisely. And it's a journey that we're all on, whether we realize it or not. Every time we encounter new information, every time we engage in critical thinking, every time we challenge our assumptions, we're engaging in a form of dhikr.
That's a really empowering thought, right? Yeah. It's we have this incredible tool for understanding at our disposal, and it's accessible to everyone.
Exactly. And it all starts with, recognizing the power of words, being mindful of the language that we use and the deeper meanings that they hold.
Yeah, that's a really powerful takeaway from this. So we've talked about dhikr as remembering this cosmic map, and dhikr is the process of reading and interpreting it. But Dr. Waleed doesn't stop there, does he? He takes this idea even further, suggesting that by understanding dhikr, we unlock a deeper understanding, not just within the Quran, but within ourselves and the world around us as well. How does that work?
It's almost if we accept that the Quran is structured with this incredible depth and intentionality, it makes sense that the principles that it lays out, the importance of reflection, critical analysis, seeking deeper meaning those principles, they can be applied to more than just the text itself. They become tools for navigating life itself.
It's by practicing dhikr with the Quran, we're almost training our brains to approach everything in our lives with that same level of curiosity and critical thought.
Precisely. Think about it. How often do we accept things at face value without really digging deeper? How often do we let our own biases and assumptions kind of color our understanding of the world around us?
Oh, all the time. Right. I mean, it's human nature.
Exactly. But dhikr challenges us to question those assumptions, to look beyond the surface and to search for a deeper meaning in everything that we encounter.
Yeah, it makes you think about how much information we're bombarded with every single day, from the news social media, even just like conversations we're having with people every day.
Right.
And like, if we don't have those tools of dhikr, that critical thinking, that willingness to actually question and analyze, it's really easy to just get swept away in this sea of opinions and like half-truths.
Yeah, that's such a great point, and it really speaks to the incredible relevance of like Dr. Waleed's work, because in a world that's so saturated with information, the ability to discern, to ascertain truth from falsehood becomes even more critical.
I was like, dhikr's the antidote to misinformation.
I love that. Yeah, it's about becoming active participants in our own understanding, not just passive consumers of information.
Totally. And it's not about having all the answers, right? It's about embracing that journey of discovery, of constantly questioning and kind of refining our understanding of the world around us.
Exactly. And recognizing that the journey itself, that process of dhikr, that's where the real growth and transformation happens.
This has been amazing. I mean, this whole conversation makes me realize that we really might be underestimating the power of language in general. Like, if the Quran is this intentional about using specific words to convey these like very specific types of thought, what else are we missing in just like our everyday conversations?
That's such a good question. What if we approached all language with that same level of intentionality and curiosity? Imagine the depth of understanding that we could unlock, not just in our own personal lives, but in our relationships, our communities, like even on a global scale.
That's incredible. Honestly, we've gone from like unpack 2 words in the Quran to like rethinking how we even think about language and knowledge, like as a whole. That's the deep dive for you. A huge thank you to Dr. Khalid Waleed for giving us all so much to ponder with his work on dhikr and dhikr. And of course, the biggest thank you to you, dear listener, for joining us on this journey of discovery. We'll leave you with this question to think about. Where in your life could you benefit from moving beyond simply remembering to actively ascertaining? Until next time, keep diving deep.